Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Rise and shine, rise and shine. Nuke the all things. What's up, man? Nuke the Duke. What's going on, man? Nuke the Bank Hayes. Howdy, my great American boxing family. Yes, sir. Nuke the Duke in the building said Cameron kicked Adrien Broner off his show. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that, man. I saw that, man. Screw Cameron, man. That shit, Cameron was an asshole for real, bro. Like, that shit was unnecessary, dog. That shit was ridiculous. Dog, don't put him on your show, man. You know what I mean? Or if you end the show, just end the show. Be like, hey, oh, I'm sorry, we got to end the show. Don't tell people why you got to end the show. Just end the fucking show. You know? End the show. Keep it pushing. I didn't like how he did that, man. I didn't like that at all. What's up, Nick Balling TV? How you feeling, bro? Lee Jackson in the building. I watched it, man. I watched the whole thing. Bro. You don't put Adrien Broner on your show, man. And you definitely don't jump out there afterwards, bro. No, I don't like that, bro. I think that shit is us. Anytime, dog, Adrien Broner's always tripping, bro. Adrien Broner always trips. Have you ever seen Adrien Broner not trip? I mean, for real. Have you ever seen Adrien Broner not trip? I'm not saying that Adrien Broner wasn't tripping. I know Adrien Broner was tripping. But you let him on the show. Like, seriously, bro, if you put somebody if you put an alcoholic drug addict going through schizophrenia on a show, that's what you expect to get. You know what I'm saying? You expect that out of Adrien Broner. That's why you bring Adrien Broner on. You can't get all pissed off because he tripped in a way that you didn't want him to trip. You brought Adrien Broner on your show, man. You know that shit's going to happen, bro. You know that's going to happen. That's my thing. That's why I think it's a setup. You know how he's going to act, bro. You know how he's going to act. You know what he's going to do, bro. You know it. He was drunk when he got on there. You brought a drunk on there, dude. Come on, man. You know, like, hey, what up, hey, man, my guy, Just Do Boxing. You're making me a better man, bro. Just Do Boxing. Want to let you know, brother, your example's making me a better man. Really and truly, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate you what you do, man. I really do, dog. I really appreciate it. Big A's, yeah. But on the real, man, about Adrien Broner, bro, I hold Cam responsible for that shit. That's on. Hey, let me put it this way. If I was Cam's boss, I would hold Cam responsible for that. I wouldn't hold Adrien Broner responsible for that. You put him on your show. You know what he's going to do, bro. You're lucky he didn't whip it. You're lucky he didn't jump up on the table and whip his ass out. You know what I'm saying? Adrien Broner is likely to jump up on the table and pull his fucking pants down. All right? You're lucky he didn't do that shit. Nah, the way that fucking Cameron handled him, fuck Cameron. Like, for real. Fuck that nigga. And I mean it, like, not in a disrespectful way, but at the same time, bro, like, he said, AAOG, truly appreciate that for sure. Yeah, man. You doing right, bro. You do right, Just Do Boxing. Like, seriously, man. You got a temperament that I wish I had. You have a great fucking temperament. It's like, for like AB and me, right? If you put me on a show when I'm drinking, nigga, you're gonna get shotted out. You know what I mean? Like, you know how these dudes come by the channel and they rage bait me? They'll say something and they think, he said, I stopped watching him for a reason. Who is that? Who'd you stop watching for a reason? Adrien Broner? I don't watch shit Adrien Broner does, really, other than fight, because I'm an Adrien Broner fan, and I'm going to support him till he's dead, bro. You got a point, but niggas kept telling him to chill since the beginning of the show. Hey, man, all I'm trying to tell you, bro, shouldn't have invited him on, dog. But he didn't have to grandstand. He didn't have to, even then, he didn't. Manuel Brown in the building. Yeah, AB looks bad. AB always looks bad. Adrien Broner always looks bad. Always is going to do that. You know who the next Adrien Broner, you know who the Adrien Broner 2.0 is? Adrien Broner 2.0 is Teofimo Lopez. You know full well Teofimo Lopez is going to say some dumb shit, do some dumb shit. And if you invite this dude to do dumb shit and say shit on your show, it's on you. That's my personal opinion. If I let Phenomenal show. If I let Frequent Flyer on the channel, I don't know if he's with Don King or not. I don't know. I'm just telling you, Tio is the new Adrien Broner. If you put him on your show, you're gonna get a bunch of dumb shit out of him. You know, but it is what it is, man. I ain't like I said fuck Cameron, but I don't really mean that. I don't really mean it. But look, bro, I don't like the way he did that shit with his money. I don't like how he went into a bag and started pulling money out on him. That's disrespectful, bro. That's a high level of disrespect, bro, right there. That's some slick shit. But that's too disrespectful, bro. For you just to be like, nah, but I'm going to respect your time. I'm going to respect your time. You know what I'm talking about? But you know, it's all good. It's all good. We got to end this, but I'm going to respect your time. Bro, all you had to say is, okay, man, you're off the show. Okay, look, we got to cut this show off. Adrien, thanks for coming by. Thank you for everybody. Boom. But it is what it is. I'm an Adrien Broner fan, bro. And I feel bad. I don't feel bad for Adrien Broner because, bro, he's living his life. You know what I mean? It is what it is, bro. He's eating every day. He's moving around. You know, I hope that nothing bad comes of it, you know, for him. But I like Adrien Broner. And I don't like see people treated like that, bro. I was with this guy one time. He'll forever regret doing this shit to me. Hold on one second. There you go. Yeah, man, it's like, what's this? Let me see what this guy's name is. Did me like that, bro. I was pissed off. What is it? Goody Mob? Not Goody Mob. Juicy J. This nigga Juicy J, bro. Jordan Michael Houston III, known as Juicy J, bro. Juicy J pissed me the fuck off. Juicy J, I'm sitting at a club with Juicy J. Juicy J. I'm talking about Juicy J, bro. I was at a club with Juicy J, John Singleton, and the director of Hustle and Flow when they were making the movie Hustle and Flow in Memphis. So John Singleton and Juicy J were like arguing with each other. And Juicy J pulls out a big wad of money and says, hey, hold, and he looks at me and he said, oh man, hold my rubber band. It's like, hold your rubber band. Bro, I got my own money. I ain't holding your rubber band, bro. Guys get a little bit of dough, man. They get real big egos, man. I used to look up to bro. It's a sad situation. I mean, hey, I used to look up to Adrien Broner as craziest thing is they used to sell people on Adrien Broner and how hard a worker Adrien Broner is. Used to sell people on the idea of that. Like how hard he would show his workout tapes. Man, all that shit ended fast, bro, once he got that money. You know, that money, that liquor. It's crazy because he had everything. Once them L's come, I don't know what happened. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough out there, man, on AB. But like I said, bro, I'm going to support AB till it's over with, bro. I know he ain't right, man. He said he cried because Tank gave him everything out of his pocket. I mean, bro, that's a nice lookout, man. He said he cried because Tank gave him everything out of his pocket. Bro, that's what you're supposed to do. Tank is a very wealthy man, and he's a very wealthy man in large part because of Adrien Broner. Tank should look out for Adrien Broner. A lot of people should look out for Adrien Broner. He's our brother, and he's done and honestly, man, hey, man, it can happen to anybody, man. Addiction is a serious, serious thing, bro. You know what I mean? Serious thing, bro. And you get into that habit of just escapism, you know? I can understand him having some need to escape. I can see that. And alcohol is a way that a lot of people choose to escape. Weed is another way people use to escape. AB used to look out for him before the fame. Yeah, man. Look out for him, took care of him, and then he looks out for a boy, and you know, that's what it is. You know? But the only thing he can't do is he can't put Adrien Broner on his undercard because Adrien Broner won't get his head right. Adrien Broner should not fight anymore, though. Fanon, you mean you seen Dana's call Sean Vitale on asshole because he questioned him about the Ali Act? Yes, I did. He called Sean Vitale an asshole, and he said, "You're trying to be fancy. You're trying to da-da-da-da-da." Yeah, I saw that. You talk about at the interview? Good for Sean Vitale, man. Good for Sean Vitale. Give me 1 second, man. Yeah, I saw that. AB used to look out for a lot of them PBC ninjas. Yeah, man, they need to look out for the man, dog. AB, man, AB put shit. AB had PBC on his back for a second there, man. You know, a lot of people came up off AB, and AB will fight anybody. AB, like these dudes got the mouth of AB, but they ain't got the willingness to fight everybody like AB. AB needs to go on a retreat on a mountaintop or a remote island, just throw his ass out there for a couple years. You know, AB used to, yeah. Like seriously, man. AB was a good dude, man. I mean, I think he's a nice guy. I've been around. I didn't meet him, but I was around him. Seems like a really, really nice guy to me, man. That whole crew kind of went away, man. Robert Easter Jr. went away. Man, the losses, the drama, you know, it is what it is. These guys, it gets tough, man, out there, man. But I would think we try to be more supportive. I think Cam called him a junkie and this and that and the other thing, bro. Just whatever, bro. I've heard some shit about Cameron too. So Cameron ain't necessarily the straightest shooter in the world either, from what I understand. But it is what it is, man. I just wish that Adrien Broner, I just wish nothing but the best for Adrien Broner. He said, yep, Bunny got shot. Yeah. I mean, shit kind of went downhill, bro, for them dudes. They used to put those fights on out there in Toledo, Ohio. Had Toledo, Ohio packed, bro, with Robert Easter fighting it, man. Fanon, who did you have in, Billy or Martinez? I didn't see the fight, Contrell, to tell you the truth. I didn't see the fight. I boycotted that fight. I only saw the fight after the fact. And I still haven't went back to seeing Billy fight Martinez, but it was a draw. I hope they run it back, you know? I hope they run it back. I know that what's up, Coach Chris? How you feeling this morning, man? How you feeling this fine morning, bro? Give me 1 second. Let me hide my face. I was 100% right about my channel about my videos getting demonetized yesterday. So thank you to everybody that supported yesterday. He said, Bank Hayes said Toledo will be packed again soon. A lot of up-and-coming fighters. Yeah, bro. Man, they packed that shit. They packed that shit out in Toledo for Robert Easter Jr. They packed that out, bro. What rematch is confirmed? What rematch is confirmed, Kentrell? Rematch for who? Rematch for Bud and Canelo? Hey, we need Charles Edward back in the chat. Nah, Charles Edward Cheese never came by my channel, bro. Charles Edward Cheese donated money to everybody but me, bro. Or should I say, Bill Haney donated big money to everybody but me. Man, Bill Haney bought them dudes out, man. Them dudes, I know them dudes hating it now, though. What's up, the real Baby J? How you feeling, man? You know? Man, that shit was Bill Haney, bro. I ain't trying to hear shit else, dog. That's either Bill Haney. He's either Bill Haney or Desmond Grums. Oh, ain't nobody got no fucking reason to dump that much money on nobody unless you're paying them niggas to say the things that you want them to say. Canelo better sit his red ass down somewhere. Yeah, he better. He don't want that shit. Hey, dog. Terrence was showing out on that dude, man. Man, that was crazy. Terrence pinned that dude's. The way he slipped and pinned his hand and came over the top after pinning his hand. Oh, Lord, dog. I'm telling you, you don't want that. No, I'm telling you, that dude. Terrence Crawford is nifty as hell, bro. He's nifty, bro. He's like a point guard with crazy handles, though. Just nifty as shit with the ball, man. Keisha, good morning. How's the wife and kids? Everybody's doing well. You know, we can't complain. We can't complain. We can't complain. We out here fighting every day. We moving it along. You know what I mean? We get up every day. We work every day. We try to do the best we can every day. You know, but my wife is fine. My kids are fine. God is blessing us. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, seriously, man. Terrence Crawford is nifty as hell, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I've been watching the replays. I've been watching the slow-mos. Dog, he got some tricks up his sleeve. Jesus. He got some tricks. Like, he's doing that blocking. Like, I know for sure, like, cats will pin, like, you know how dudes try to like pull your head down and hit you? They try to pin your hand, like they'll try to pin you. Dude, his pin game is on point, bro. He'll pin your arm here, pin your arm here, just sweep, pin you with this hand, come over the top with that hand. I gotta tell you, bro, I ain't the biggest fan of Terrence Crawford. Man, he got a ton of tricks, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that bro right there, that dude right there. Little things like that, man. Little things like that were so impressive. So impressive. He's not as good a fighter, man. He can't do it. Man, Canelo won that fight. Viva Mexico, cabrones. Viva Mexico, cabrones forever. Yeah, I got you. He said pin hook with the same hand. Yeah. You know what that was, though? That was more like a slap boxing move. You do this and you do this. That, I mean, honestly, bro, that one where he did this and then he came back, that was cool, but that's like a slap boxing move. Like, that's how I do that shit when I slap box. I go like this and come around like that, bit, bop. That's a slap boxing move, bro. Like, for real. If you ever slap boxed, like really like slap box, slap boxed, that move right there is nasty as shit. Because when you come bop and then you go like that, you'll hit. I'll try to put your finger in your eye. Bop, bop. Lewis Shipman, what's up? I'm good, brother. Just talking this boxing, hoping to have a good conversation with you guys today. Trying to be productive and constructive in the boxing conversation. My guy, Flawless Mentality, Elevation by Dr. Mark in the building. What's going on, bro? How you feeling, dog? Canelo grow that Omaha ass Nick beat the shit out of Canelo, man. Hell yeah, he did. Just beat 8, dog. And you know what the funny thing is, bro? Dog, it'd be them real dark-skinned dudes to be whooping niggas like that, bro. That shit be extra hurting them boys. Boy, when them real dark-skinned black dudes be whooping on your ass, dog, that shit makes it all the better to see that nigga Canelo. Dude, I liked Canelo, man. I really did like Canelo, bro. I liked Canelo, but Canelo stopped fighting people, man. You know what I mean? People say anything Canelo didn't win, no fight. Hell no, he was just fucking around. He said that's the benefits of wrestling knowledge. Fair enough, bro. Rollo, hey, T. Orlando said Rollo beat the GOAT. Yeah, Rollo. Where you at, Rollo? Where you at, Rollo? Rollo don't come outside no more. Rollo don't want to come outside no more, man. Rollo a real G. He said, blacker the berry, sweeter the juice. Now, I'm not going to lie, bro. There is something to them chocolate Negroes, bro. There's something to that, dog. There's something to that extra melanin, bro. I'm trying to tell you. The smartest people that I've ever met have been black-skinned, and the most athletic people that I've ever met have been black-skinned. No joke, bro, because I'm not black-skinned. I'm brown-skinned. I'm talking about it's the older the berry. It's the older the berry, the sweeter the juice. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Them dudes be putting them ass whoopings on cats, dog. The Bo Jacksons and shit. The Deion Sanders. Nah, it's Deion Sanders. The Bo Jacksons. The Deion Sanders. You know what I'm saying? The Randy Mosses of the world, bro. He said Floyd did it better. Canelo looked like he wanted to cry. Canelo looked like he wanted to cry in that fight. Where is Hacker? I'd like to know his thoughts on Devin's lawsuit. They don't come around here anymore, bro. They fuck with Boxing Hacker. I don't fuck with Boxing Hacker, bro. I threw everybody off my show. I threw all of them. I didn't throw them out. They just stopped coming around. You know what I'm saying? They just, because I can't do it, bro. Seriously, man. I don't want these guys sitting up here just like they disturb me, bro. They disturb me. They disturb my peace, bro. Hey, T. Orlando. Guess who? Hey, T. Orlando, bro, you were not around when Terrence Crawford sent a cease and desist to my house, T. Orlando. They said that I had committed defamation by saying that Bud's gloves blew up. When his gloves actually blew up. Hey, T. Orlando, I got to whoop the shit out of a counsel real quick. I love that shit. That was fun as hell, T. Orlando. But I need you in the chat, T. Orlando, because you keep me safe. He said, I can't start today with Hacker though. Nah. No. Hashtag busted gloves. Exactly, bro. Man, they sent some note to my house, man. I was like, for real? You guys think, like, seriously, they think I don't know why these dudes do not believe I went to law school, even though there's a bunch of niggas that listen to me that went to law school with me. Like, what do you think? I forgot the shit or something? Like, you think I don't know what defamation is? I know what the fuck defamation is, bro. I know what defamation is. I know what defamation is not. And I know that the truth is an absolute defense to defamation, bro. You know what I mean? Anyway, man, Boxing Hacker was always interesting and fun. It was fun. It was fun to understand what he's trying to do. Just like it's fun to understand with Phenomenal Show. Frequent Flyer. It's easy to try to understand what he's saying. To see the structure of his arguments are always fun to me. So anyway, Shakur Stevenson, according to the Rise podcast, not the Rise podcast, the Mill City Boxing, says that they don't believe that Teofimo Lopez is going to fight Shakur Stevenson. That will be a tremendous loss for Teofimo Lopez. Tierlando say Hacker argues with lawyers about the law. Like, seriously, bro. Man, seriously, bro. Man, it's wild. All right, I'm going to put a link in the chat in case anybody wants to chop it up with me. We're kind of in another lull in the boxing world right now. I'm kind of tired of talking about Terrence Crawford. I was starting to feel like if I speak any better about Terrence Crawford, people are going to think that I'm just cow-tied to the dude. So, for real, man, I'm still in awe. I remember that. Oh, remember when that dude named Dave crushed Hacker? Yeah. I remember. What happened with Boxing Hacker was I think Boxing Hacker might be a recruiter or something. Whatever. He's a nice guy, though. You know what I mean? Like, the one thing I will say about Boxing Hacker is that Boxing Hacker's a nice guy. You know what I mean? It's Tank. What's Tank's fault? It's Tank's fault that Shakur won't fight, that Teofimo won't fight Shakur? How's that Tank's fault? Let me know that one. Please let me know that one. Yeah, I remember, man. I remember. Man, they used to take up my whole show with that stuff. I don't mind, man. Let's talk about Devin's lawsuit for a second. Let's talk about Debbie Pooh's lawsuit for a second, man. Devin Haney, bro. Devin Haney. Give me 1 second. Devin Haney, bro. Nah, Devin is man. Devin's an Indian giver, bro. Look, man. First of all, you really can't. It's disrespectful. These niggas tried to hit me with a bunch of dislikes yesterday. Gump asses. Debbie Pooh will always be funny to me. Seriously, man. Debbie Pooh, bro. Debbie Pooh has got to be the softest nigga on the planet, bro. Hey, Denali Smith, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man, for tipping your hat, bro. I really appreciate that, man. So let me start you off for salute, bro. Look, man, this dude said that he bought those gifts to her in anticipation of marriage. So because he bought the presents with her in anticipation of marriage, and she's not going to marry him, he wants all his presents back. When you give somebody a present, you give them ownership. When you give somebody a present, you are giving them ownership. You're not giving them a conditional ownership. You're giving them ownership of the gift. There is no taking it back. Okay? You don't get to take that back from the mother of your child because she won't marry you. You gave it in anticipation of marriage. What the fuck? What's wrong with you, Devin? Devin is now a reality star, not a boxer. Seriously, bro. Good day to everybody in the chat. What's up, Gabe Toss? How you feeling, man? Like, seriously, man, that is some wild, wild stuff. You know what the world would be if you were allowed to do that? If you were saying, if you bought somebody food and you said, hey, I bought you a dinner. I want my money back from the dinner if you don't give me some sex at the end of the night. Wouldn't you think that, like, bro, you don't get to get the money back for the meal that you bought her? You know what I mean? There was a girl when I was single. I went out on a date with this girl like 3 times, bro. I swear, every time I went to dinner with her, and this was in the late 90s, every time I went to dinner with her, it was a $200 meal every single solitary time. And so I was like, man, I'm done with this. I ain't spending no more money on her. Anyway, we went to the movies for the last date that we had, and she said something to the effect of, like, anyway, she thought that I was trying to sleep with her, and she acted like she was offended. And I was like, man, I'm not trying to do that. Get out of my car, basically. But could you imagine if I was like, oh, you're not going to have relations with me. I spent $300 on you. I need my $300 back. I'd rather see Tank make a deal. What is this? I'd rather see Tank make a deal with Monster in a way than fight Jake Paul. At least it would be pure boxing instead of an exhibition. I'm supportive of Boxer getting a bag, but stay on track. I agree with that. That's the best I can do, though, bro. There's nothing else I can do. You know? Hold on 1 second. Man, whatever. Leave it there. Tank versus Monster would be huge, yeah, but he's just too small. I'm telling you, man, Tank is going to have a problem getting fights because of the boxing, because of guys like Turki Alalshikh. Turki Alalshikh, in my personal opinion, is interfering with Gervonta Davis's fights. I don't think Gervonta Davis had any other choice but to go get this money. I take that back. He could have fought Lamont Roach, obviously. Could have fought, but do you remember how many problems Gervonta Davis has been having with venues? Like, if you noticed how many problems he's had with venues, like he was trying every time he tried to make a fight in Houston, but they couldn't get a venue together for Houston. So they wind up having the fight. Yeah, they're interfering with his stuff. It's very obvious that they're doing it too. Yeah, Tank needs to get in the ring. He'll be in the ring in a minute. Dana White said he thinks that Gervonta Davis is going to lose that. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Let me tell you, man. Hold on. Hell yeah. I'm blaming him for every fucking thing that goes wrong with boxing. I'm blaming Turki Alalshikh. Seriously, Turki Alalshikh is a snake, bro. He's a snake. He got famous being hell yeah. Hell, I'm blaming it all on that Negro. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm blaming that dude for everything, bro. Ox Steele said, I'm very disappointed in Shakur for ducking behind the money. He's not Crawford. He's not Floyd. Shakur is a lackluster performance based on what most fans want to see. Punk should have taken the $6 million. Look, bro, he probably thinks he should have taken that $6 million. I have a good friend who I used to hang out with, who was the mayor of D.C. He was the mayor of D.C. I was not the mayor of D.C. Let me repeat this, okay? 2 guys that I knew, both of them fraternity brothers of mine. Both of them were sitting U.S. mayors, and I was around them during the time that they were mayors. They were mayors. Guess who was the mayor? They were the mayor. I was a friend. So just because Terrence Crawford is at a level now that he's very fortunate to be at, just because Shakur is standing next to him doesn't make Shakur him. You know what I mean? The moves that will work for Shakur, for Terrence Crawford, and honestly, he's got some gift of God, like grace of God gifts coming at him. You know what I mean? Like, Shake, that shit shouldn't even be happening. How lucky is he that some idiot named Turki Alalshikh would come and waste all that damn money on him? How fortunate is he? Like, you can't make that happen. That just has to happen for you. You know what I mean? Turki and the Epstein files too, hell yeah. As far as I know. Nah, I don't like Turki Alalshikh, bro. I don't like him at all. I don't like his arrogance. I don't like his need to be in the camera. I don't like I don't like people are calling Bud the face of boxing now. They can call him the face of boxing if they want. He's going to have about a good 3 weeks, man. His bubble is not that big. I know his bubble. His bubble is not that big. Bud's bubble is not that big. Tank's bubble is bigger. Tank will generate more conversation in his fights than Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford did. Really, Terrence Crawford winning pretty much solidified Gervonta Davis. Because you can't say that and let me make sure I say this correctly. You cannot say that Terrence Crawford is a huge draw. He is a draw. I'm not saying he's not a draw. He did good numbers at Madison Square Garden. When he was on free television, on ESPN, his numbers were big. And when he was on free pay-per-view, on Amazon Prime, his numbers did well with Canelo Alvarez. Add to that, Canelo not fighting the monster gave Crawford the undisputed at 168. I mean, yeah, he just has a lot of very fortunate things going around him, man. You know, a lot of very, very, it's like the wind blows the way that Terrence Crawford wants the wind to blow. Turki ain't in those Epstein files, but his boss is most certainly in them. Look, man, Mohammed bin Salam. Oh, Mohammed bin Salam, Mohammed bin Salam, Mohammed bin Salam, Mohammed bin Salam. Will you please get out of American boxing? Stop using American boxing for your play toy. It's pretty disappointing, pretty depressing, actually. You know, man, this is a dead conversation on boxing today, bro. Who should I be hating on? Let's get back to Devin. What's right with boxing? What's right with boxing is Terrence Crawford. Bro said, careful, MBS is a stepper, bro. That dude can't do shit to me. I don't give a shit about that dude. T. Orlando, don't get me. Hey, T. Orlando, don't get me acting a fool up on here, man. I'm trying not to act a fool. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to say things that will make me sound like a fool. I'm trying to be more like ethereal, not less ethereal and more concrete. However, MBS versus BB, yeah, let them play around each other. I'm just trying to tell you. Mohammed bin Salam ain't going to do a fucking thing to me. Never, couldn't if he wanted to. Like for real, dog. It's like the world ain't what y'all think the world is, man. People think that the people that you see on TV are the ones with all the power. Nobody that is really toting a lot of power is sitting up in mansions. They're not sitting up in mansions. They're not sitting up on television. They're not the spectacle, bro. You know what I mean? They're not. They put on the spectacle. They're not part of the spectacle. You know, like the people in front of the camera always want to say, I am repulsed by seeing a foreign with ill intentions for American soil in the ring. But he's good for the sport or American. But I said, I'm not a bigot, but he's good for the sport or American athletes. What up, MP3? What do you mean he's not good for the sport or American? He's terrible for American. What they're trying to do to the sport is terrible, man. Not good. Okay, thank you, Oxsteel. No, he's not. He's not. But anyway, man, like I said, man, I can talk until I'm blue in the face about how politics really work. And I have absolute faith in the fact that there's nothing Mohammed bin Salman could do to me if he wanted to do it to me. There's no way, bro. Like, seriously, bro, there's no way. No way. So I don't have any fear of Mohammed bin Salman. I don't have any fear of Turki Alalshikh. I don't have any dislike for Mohammed bin Salman because I never met the guy. Turki Alalshikh, on the other hand, I know I've spoken with him. I spoke with him on Twitter through a Twitter exchange. I know who it was. I knew it was him because of the way that he was reacting, bro, and all the things that he said. And I was like, man, okay, bro. He tried this. Hey, Ricky Williams said he tried the same thing in golf. Like, man, just beat it, bro. Tiger Woods said no. They offered Tiger Woods billions, and Tiger Woods said no. Tiger Woods told him no. No, I'm loyal to the PGA. I'm loyal to the PGA. You know what I like about Brian Norman? One thing I really like about Brian Norman Jr. I like that Brian Norman Jr. was loyal to Top Rank. I like that Scooter Davis congratulations to Scooter Davis. Yeah, golf, tennis, and now boxing and football. Like, just leave our sports alone, man. Leave our sports alone. But that's, you know what the problem is? The owners are such greedy. They're so greedy. The problem with that, the problem that allows this is greed. Because all they have to do is elevate the number, and then everybody starts running at their fake number. But what they're really doing is bringing in an immense amount of inflation into the sport. Like, there's no way that Turki Alalshikh is making any money. There's no way that Mohammed bin Salman is making any money. They had tennis on Netflix last year, but nobody watched it. Bro, don't worry. They're going to start tuning out on them boxing matches too. Turki Alalshikh put on a 5-hour card on Netflix. Bro, people that watch Netflix want to see that shit, and they want to see it fast. You better get rid of that goddamn undercard, or you're not going to do well on Netflix either. When somebody looks at Netflix, they want to see the program. Boom. Man, give them 3 fights, bro. 3 fights, main event, let people go to sleep. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was the top players too. Yeah, that's not going to. Anyway. So, nah, man, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a fan of what they're trying to do in the sport of boxing, bro. Much love to everybody. The one dude that supported in the chat, Denali Smith. Let me leave that red. Let me leave that yellow up there, man. It said they had, it was top players. Yeah, look, man, the problem is greed. Every year, these guys have to have an upward trajectory in everything that you do. Name a few characteristics a snake and Turkey have in common. They speak with a forked tongue. He speaks with a forked tongue. He says one thing but means something else. They call it being on the two. Have you ever heard that? Being on the two? Let's talk about how after all the propaganda and hand-holding, Bud's biggest payday was with the PBC. If he got $10 million for that fight, his biggest payday was with Errol Spence. Even though they spent $300 million on the fight. Turki Alalshikh speaks with a forked tongue. He says one thing, and it has the meaning, the plain meaning, and then he has that hiss. He has that hiss, where it's the real meaning that he has. Like when he takes shots, wastes money to take shots at YouTubers. He put on a fight, Martin versus Sultan. Like, Turkey's a peon, man. He's a petty peon. But yeah, and if you stick a fork in his neck, he'll die. That's another one. Another thing that he has is that they lay and he hides. For most of the dirt he does it in hiding. You know what I mean? Like when he comes by this live stream, like when he when he pays people to not come to my channel, when you put all kind of, when you have people warning people to stay away from me because Big Bag Turki Alalshikh is going to do something. Ooh, Big Bad Turki Alalshikh is going to do something to somebody. Oh, that's what he is. He's a fucking snake. He's a coward. You know what I mean? They hide. He hides. Most of them return back to golf. And most of them return back to golf here in the U.S. Dude, they're going to do it in boxing too. I'm telling you, he's just trying to disrupt. Lajay Evans, man. Shotty said, love from Jersey for 9. Happy Friday, bro. Thank you, brother. Shout out to dudes in New Jersey, bro. Shout out to the great Shakur Stevenson, too. Shout out to New Jersey, man. Shout out to the great fighter Shakur Stevenson from New Jersey and all the other New Jersey fighters, bro. I know that my guy is not happy with me, man, but I still fucks with you heavy, Shakur. I fucks with you heavy, Shakur. I really do. And I want you to get that Tank fight, and I want Gervonta to get that Shakur fight. That's what I really want, bro. But I also want to see Lamont Roach fight Gary Russell Jr. Lamont Roach, fight Gary Russell Jr., man. Don't fight Pitbull. Fight Gary Russell Jr., dog. Fight Gary Russell Jr. Bud was referred to Al Heyman as a homo doodoo after he turned around and submitted to Turki and allowed that to literally court him. I don't respect that move. Actually pathetic. Great fight, but great fighter, but trash. I mean, you know what it is. Did he say Bud got more for Spence and Canelo? Yes, I did say that. Because it's true. If what Bud said is true about how much money he's getting, then he got more with Canelo. Bud said that he got paid, that he's getting $10 million for Canelo. The lion's share of the money for that fight went to Canelo. And Bud got $10 million. That's what Bud said he got. So, yeah, that's what I said. Because that's what Terrence Crawford said. Terrence Crawford got over $20 million for the fight with Errol Spence. He only got 10 for Canelo. Pullout Bandit said, Pitbull finna beat Roach. Like, hey, bro, dog fight Gary Russell Jr. But if they go to 140, hey, man, you got to do what you got to do, man. I feel for Lamont Roach, bro. I feel for Lamont Roach. If he only got 10, he's an effing idiot. Hey, bro, that's what he said. That's what he said. I can't say that I don't know for sure if what he said is he's playing with people, but that's what he said he got. He said he got 10. Which honestly, I think is probably him being honest. $10 million is a lot of money. Ox still said, pull out Bandit. I'd like to see Roach get stopped by Pitbull. But Pitbull ain't that guy. Oh, I'd love to see Roach get stopped, but Pitbull ain't that guy. Gary Wood, that's why he's avoided. Yeah, man, I would love to see that. Canelo made over $100 million supposedly. Well, you know he got most of the money. You know that. Because Canelo was the one that, by the way, bro, do you know that fewer people went to see the fight for Canelo, Terrence Crawford than saw Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders? Do you know that more people attended the Billy Joe Saunders fight with Canelo than attended the Terrence Crawford fight with Canelo? And that fight was in Dallas, Texas, and neither Canelo is from Dallas nor Billy Joe Saunders is from the U.S., but yet still they'd had a larger attendance than Terrence Crawford Canelo did. Said Rocco McBride said normally all of Canelo's opponents get around 10 million or less. Yeah, because he's going to take all the money out the pot, bro. They say Bud probably got 30 in an offshore account or negotiated for a flat 10 and Netflix royalties on the back. And I hope so. I hope so, but does. I hope so. Yeah, I saw that, bro. Ramses Bartholomew, Frank Martin fitting to fight Ramses Bartholomew, common opponent with Gary Antoine. I'm afraid he's going to lose that fight. I hate that fight, pull out Bandit for him. I hate that fight. Absolutely hate that fight. for Frank Martin. Why would you bring him back? Why would you bring him back with Ramses Bartholomew, man? Ramses Bartholomew is one of the most awkward, ugly fighters that there is in boxing. Bud said verbatim, he took a short for legacy. Fair enough. I respect that. It paid off for him as long as he gets that rematch and they pay him more money. But, you know, I respect Bud for that, man. I do. I respect Bud for that. Man, Ramses Bartholomew, though, yeah, Bay Hayes said, yeah, he should be able to beat him. Yeah, he should be able to beat him. Woo, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that for Frank Martin. That's a tough out, man. Ramses Bartholomew is a tough out. Very tough out. He was a tough out for Robert Easter. Tough out for Gary Antoine Russell. Even though Gary Antoine Russell stopped him, he was still a tough fight for Gary Antoine Russell. And this is going to be the first fight for Frank Martin at 135. They putting him in tough, bro. Wow. They putting him in tough, man, for sure. Martin should be fighting Kiki at 140. Who's Kiki? Who's Kiki? Andy Gill. Who's Kiki? Hey, man, much love to anybody that supports the channel, man. Helps pay the bills. Thank y'all. If you do, I understand if you don't. At the very least, let me check these likes. Yeah. Let me see if I can get people enthused. If I can get my likes to a decent level. Our likes to a decent level. Thank you very much. Let me see. All right, come on, man. Can we get the likes over 100? We can do that now. Come on, man. We can get the likes over 100, man. On some bummy shit. Oh, but what was Fahim talking about? Let's talk about what did Fahim say? I want to go back to what Fahim was talking about. What was Fahim talking about? Yeah, okay, that's what it was. Yeah. I mean, because he got treated fairly, bro. Lay high, man. Thank you, brother. Said boxing about to be so exciting. These next couple months going to be going into next year. Thank you for all the work you do every day. Jersey appreciates you. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate a little color in the chat, dog. That means a lot, man. For real, for real. We be out here cooking and talking every day, bro. And my guy, Jameson Children said, some love for the channel, bro. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate you for helping me pay the bills, Jameson. Jameson be hooking the brother up, bro. And Jeremy in the building, man. Jeremy Austin, brother. Thank you so much for that $5 holler, brother. Thank you, man. It means a lot, dog. Thank you for tipping the hat, helping the brother get to his goal. I'm trying to make my target this month. You know what it is when you got to make your target, dog? I hate sales. 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 Never liked sales, bro. Never been a good salesman. My dad was like, you be a good salesman. You're like, no, I'm not a good salesman. I hate selling. But to a certain extent, I got to ask for the support because that's the only way we can continue to do the channel. And no joke, bro, Turki Alalshikh and those dudes tried to put earmuffs on me. They really did. They tried to fucking block me out, bro. You know, like the amount of bad things that these people say about me all the fucking time is meant to keep people from supporting me. That's what they do it. That's why I know that Turki Alalshikh does that to Gervonta, because they do that to me. Guys like King and those guys, those guys are there to try to prevent anybody. They're like the naggy little assholes that are all in the crowd, always heckling you, trying to prevent people from liking you. You know? So I fall victim to that. And I appreciate the people that come by and support. So thank you guys very, very much. Terrence Crawford's the GOAT. He's the best fighter in the world, and I know that for sure. Greatest of all time? No, I wouldn't say that because that's just impossible to say. You know what I mean? But that dude can fight his ass off. What an amazing, amazing, amazing talent that Terrence Crawford is. I don't understand why people can't see the same thing with Gervonta. I really don't. Really can't. You know? I don't understand why y'all don't see what I see in Gervonta. I don't see why y'all don't see what I see in Gary Russell Jr. In a lot of ways, bro, Gary Russell Jr. is that type of fighter. Same level of fighter as Terrence Crawford, in my personal opinion. Without a doubt. One of the GOATs, yeah. Man, he's one of the best I've ever seen. Like, when I start naming off great fighters, Terrence Crawford is going to come out my mouth. For sure. When I start naming really great fighters. Like, who are great fighters? Ali is a great fighter. Sugar Ray Leonard's a great fighter. Tommy Hearn's a great fighter. Hagler's a great fighter. Pernell Whitaker's a great fighter. Oscar De La Hoya was a great fighter. Shane Mosley, Cotto, Trinidad, Bud, Errol, Gervonta, Gary Russell Jr., Deontay. A lot of these guys are great fighters, man. What Terrence Crawford was very fortunate to be able to do was to be able to show that how great he is on the largest scale, largest stage, which is why I'm telling you, I don't have a lot of respect for you guys that won't fight Gary Russell Jr. Let Gary Russell Jr. have the opportunity to show how great he is by getting in the ring with him. I mean, if you want to talk, if people want to say that Bud was buried, shit, Gary Russell Jr. was buried. Never got the Errol Spence fight. Never got anything like a Canelo Alvarez fight. And the things that I see Gary Russell Jr. doing in a boxing ring, dog, that's some amazing shit Gary Russell Jr. be doing in a boxing ring. Bud's not the only person that's not been appreciated. But you know what happened to Gary Russell? He had to be sacrificed on the altar of that punk Devin Haney. He's trying to Devin Haney fake calling out a guy at 126 so that he can clout chase him to fame at 135, bro. You know what I mean? That's another thing that he was really. Gary Russell versus Matias would be fire, yeah. But not Gary I'm not talking about Gary Antoine. I'm talking about Gary Russell Jr. As long as Bud is with Victor, he will never be that guy because of the doubt of Snack. That's very fair. What's up, Dean, by any means? What's up, brother? How you feeling, bro? Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. Gary Russell Jr. is very underappreciated, and nobody wanted to fight him at 126 and 130. I'm telling you. Like, nobody cries for Gary Russell Jr., bro. I've lost friends over Gary Russell Jr. I have. Because you can't tell me that these people ain't snakes. I'm sorry, bro. I lost friends, bro. Tay Jones, I fucks with Tay Jones. I fucked with Tay Jones really, really heavy, bro. I like that dude. I got a lot of respect for Tay Jones. You know, and I hate that I'm no longer associated with Tay Jones. He's a good dude, real good dude. But you know, man, a lot of good dudes hang out with a lot of snakes. You know what I mean? Like, anywhere you see a good dude, you're going to see a lot of snakes. Because the snakes always want to take advantage of the good dude. Get the inside information from the good dude, all of that. You know, and it was nice to see Tay Jones standing up for Brian Norman Jr. coming up out of Atlanta. And saw how they pulled that shit on him, you know? But I was telling cats what these niggas was doing to Gary Russell Jr. a long time before that. Long time before they progressed to try to run down Brian Norman Jr.'s name. Why Devin trying to get his dollars back from that girl he needed? I mean, look, bro, why are you spending $350,000 on a girl anyway? Why would you spend $350,000 on jewelry for a girl anyway? $350,000, you could have put that shit in a Roth IRA and just set the shit there. You know what I'm talking about? Mac X said, love, light, blessings to you and your family, Fanon. Thank you, Max X. Appreciate you, man. What up, Dean, by any means? How you feeling, brother? What's on your mind today, dog? Always good to see you, bro. $350K? Come on, bro. I spent $350K on my wife, man. Only woman I'm spending over on three. She was his wife? No, she was not his wife. Because he wants it back because she didn't marry him. No, she wasn't. No, that chick ain't his wife. Because he said the reason behind it, him wanting the money back, was because it was in anticipation of marriage. but she didn't marry him. So he's called, I guess what he really should be called charging is fraud. You were going to marry me. You said you loved me, and you made me buy all these things for you. Bro. Sorry, man. Man, that shit happens fast, huh? Hey said her pimp took her back from Devin. Well, I'm good now. Let me know when I'm good. 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 Hey, man, my guy, Demetrius Edwards in the Cash App said, keep up the good work. Thank you, Mr. Edwards. Appreciate you for that support, man. Appreciate you for that support, bro. On this Friday. Okay, so I'm good now. Deb moving out of stupidity, dog. That's some, you know what that is, bro? That's having a bad daddy. That's having a bad example as a father. His father had him around a bunch of prostitutes. Boy, if you have your son around a bunch of prostitutes, your son is going to be a trick. The whole time that you think you pimping, these women are setting up that boy, bro. Imagine suing someone you love for gifts, sad shit, and makes you look bad. Devin undisputed in the courtroom at this point for sure. Dog, Debbie Pooh is soft as shit, bro. As a teenager too, like, bro, you got, hey, man, you know what I mean? Hey, look, you know how, look, man, look. I wouldn't put it past any woman to sell it. I wouldn't put it past her. If they are hungry and they are in a bad position and they got to pay their rent, bro, and they can get away with getting that shit out your pocket, you better believe they're going to get that shit out your pocket. Just like if you dudes is strung out and in some badass situation on money, right? You jacked up and but you still happen to be a nice looking guy. You know that you're going to get with the fat white girl. You know what you're going to do. You're going to get with the fat white girl. So, for non-comedy to laugh, I'm telling you, bro. I got no respect for Bill Haney, bro. None. You didn't even teach you can't just get a girl. Like, you can't just get a girl. You can't just go meet a girl, rap to the girl, have her want to know you and be around you. Don't know. You don't have to get her, be like, oh, I'm dating NBA young girls. How can you want a girl because that girl slept with another dude? Like, for real. Think about how whack you got to be. The mentality of these niggas. The mentality of these dudes dating Kim Kardashian. The mentality of somebody that would say, I like this girl because this girl dated Denzel Washington, right? Like, say for example, I'm Will Smith. Like, I want to date Jada Pinkett Smith because Jada Pinkett Smith dated Will Smith. So that means I'm on the level of Will Smith because I got his leftovers. You know what I'm talking about? Like, and I don't mean to call women leftovers because women ain't leftovers. Trust me, that shit's fresh out the box every time. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't get it, bro. I don't get why you're looking to date the same chick that somebody else dated, bro. That shit to me that's some old fugazi shit that soft ass niggas do, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's that soft ass shit that them niggas do. Like, they look for your girl. Like, they want to hit on your girl because it's your girl. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to take his woman. Like, nah, bro. No, you are a rebound, homie. You're a rebound. All you rebound niggas, bro. You're a rebound. It's like you paying, Devin Haney paid like $250,000 to be a rebound baby daddy. A rehab, dog, it's crazy. He said, Fanon dropping real game right now. Facts, I would never mess with a shorty been on the scene. I mean, like, dog, they make new dime pieces every day, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's a new dime piece every day. They've been putting out dime pieces for years and years and years. You can go get you one. Dude, then, dog. And look, bro, you know what they say, though? They say, bro, I want what's coming to me. For now, niggas be taking Devin's chicks for what? Been taking Devin's chicks for a while. Devin don't want those girls, bro. Devin don't want those girls. Let's be real. Devin don't want those girls, bro. Devin don't look like he wants no girls, bro. Fresh out the box every time. For now, I made my morning. Got to tune back in for more. I'm telling you, man. I don't believe in a used woman, bro. You can't use that shit. That shit don't get used. What you talking about? Man, as long as it ain't catch nothing and it's presentable, that's fresh and new. It's new to me. You know what I'm saying? It's new to me, and that's all that counts. I don't care, man. Oh, he said, oh my God. Akilo Netter said he was happier with Diddy. You know he was. Hey, Fanon, that's a problem. Dean by any means said, Fanon, that's their problem. They don't need dime pieces. They need real women who got their back. I respect that about Bud at least. Hey, bro, let me tell you something. His wife is a dime piece, bro. That is a dime piece that he's married to, bro. I'm telling you, Bud got one, bro. First of all, you got to look. The woman done had, how many kids has Bud's wife had? Like 7 babies. And she's in Omaha, Nebraska. And you know what the diet is out there, bro. That is a fine-ass woman right there. And I have no idea how everybody talk bad about that nigga's wife, bro. Like that nigga's wife ain't beautiful. Dog, that nigga's wife is nice, bro. Fuck that. She just put on all that weight. She just put on a lot of weight, bro. She just put on a lot of weight because she got babies, man. That girl, I promise you, she was banging, bro. I promise you. When Bud met her and Bud got with her, dog, that's an Omaha, Nebraska dime, bro, for sure. Seriously, I have no idea why people talk about Bud's wife like that. That shit is crazy to me because she looks good. Like she just is overweight. If you have 6 kids, you know what I mean? You cooking for 6 kids. You ain't, come on, man. Hell yeah, she got exactly. No, not trying to scope on his wife too bad, but she got that shit. It filled out in the right spots, bro. Trust me, her weight sits right. Exactly, her weight sits perfect, bro. Man, come on, bro. I don't understand that, bro. Yeah, exactly. More cushion for the pushing. I never understood that, bro. Hell yeah, thicker than a bowl of oatmeal, bro. His Buzz wife thicker than a bowl of oatmeal, bro. I have no idea, bro. He said, yeah, Fanon is new to me. Hell yeah, he said, yeah, Fanon is new to me. It's snapback, exactly. And bro, I ain't know, you know what I'm talking about? And I'll say it. And real niggas need you niggas to touch it first. Dog, hey, bro, I never wanted to have, man, have you ever been with a virgin or tried to be with a virgin? That shit sucks, bro. It's terrible, bro. I've never been successful with it, bro. It was terrible as a kid. Terrible, bro. That shit was terrible. Nah, bro. He said, I take down a fluffy John quickly. Hell yeah, I'll take down a fluffy John quickly. Hell yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Bud's wife is lit. Hell yeah. I don't even get you. I'm trying to tell you. No, it's not for me because it don't work, bro. It doesn't work for me, bro. No. That's bro. Nah, bro. Little niggas, that's for the little niggas, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's for them little niggas, bro. I'm sorry. I ain't never been no little nigga, bro, in any way. So I never enjoyed that shit. I like a woman that has been with people. Fuck that. I like for a woman to know what she's doing. I'm married now, so it's whatever. But no joke, bro. When I was single, man, I wasn't messing with no girls that didn't already know what they was doing, already have their shit together, already know what they like, all of that. So all they got to do is tell me what they like. I do what they like, and everything already works. Hell nah, bro. I like a used car, bro. You know what I'm saying? Jeep Red Boy say I prefer to teach it myself. Nah, hell nah. Hey, dog. Me and you will get along, bro. You can have my catch him later, bro. Phoenix the Assassin said Max Kellerman out here lying blatantly. Dude said Pacquiao and Bud are the only legit 4-weight champions in boxing. That dude's a fucking idiot. He's the only legitimate 4-division champion. Floyd is a 4-division champion. Man, Max Kellerman they just hired his ass because they know he'll say whatever they want to say. That is a prost. That nigga is a prost. I toot, bro. Yeah, exactly. And they're not going to give. Roy Jones was 160, 168. He's 160, 168, 175 in heavyweight. But he's not a 4-division champion. Son, Bud ain't shot that club up 7 times for nothing. Hell yeah, I don't understand for nothing why cats. I have no idea why somebody talk bad about that man's wife, bro. You know what I'm saying? Said Oscar De La Hoya, Roy, Amanda Serrano, Carissa Shields. Man, come on, bro. You know what I mean? I have no idea why they talk about that man's wife like that, bro. You got to understand, bro. Dog, big girls feel good, man. Big girls feel good, bro. Big girls feel good. It ain't what they look like that matters, bro. It's what they feel like. Them big girls feel like $1 million. I'm coming to move some furniture with them. Wall, you know what I'm talking about? Exactly. Turkey must be paying Max good for him to be making these bullshit comments. Seems like Max don't know shit about boxing. Max Kellerman is paid. Max Kellerman, Fanon over there reminiscing. Hell yeah. Is Bud married? I thought that was his his girl. That's his wife, man. I don't care. That's his wife, bro. He can say that's not his wife. That's his wife. You got 6 kids. If you live with a woman, you got 6 kids by a woman. You got 6 kids and you live with her. That's your wife, bro. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Put your hand on her and see if that's his wife or not. You know what I'm talking about? Put your hand on her and see what he does to see whether or not that's his wife or not. We know that he don't do, Negroes don't do that. You know what I mean? Hey, man, Alton Jones said, keep up the good work stopping these haters. Brother, thank you for that $5 holler, brother, because you know what you just did for me, don't you? That means I get the But I need some of that. I need something with a wagon. You heard, because I'm putting around. Hey, look, bro. Man, it all feels good to me. I'm trying to tell you. Telling them big girls something. Anyway, off that conversation, hey, Fanon, Turkey is putting all these clowns on payroll, and he's just mad because Tank don't need him at all. No, let me tell you something, man. Turki Alalshikh is a front, and I'm going to tell you this, and I mean this. Turki Alalshikh is a front for somebody else. The same people that want to destroy American boxing have been trying to destroy American boxing. The only thing is that they found somebody that's going to try to finance their plans. And I don't even believe it's Turkey's money. I think it's somebody else's money. I really do. Hey, any Hoop podcast, what's up, man? Tank and Jake going to do more numbers than Canelo and Bud for sure, probably. She says 6 kids, she got 8. Let me tell you something, bro. I don't know how old she is. He's going to be dealing with some drama in a second, though. Because he's going to have to deal with menopause in a minute. He's going to have to deal with a menopausal one in a minute. And in fact, that's how old. That's what you really need. You really need a menopausal one. That's what you really need. You wanted to have less drama? Get a girl that already went through menopause. Somebody in their 50s. When do women go through they wind up with their menopause done? What, around like 50s, early 50s, bro? Something like that. If you're somebody my age, the only woman you should be interested in is menopausal women, bro. Because you ain't got nothing to worry about there, bro. What's destroying about giving us the fights we want to see? They don't give us the fights we want to see. What fights? What fights did he give me that I wanted to see? Which one? There's a bunch of people that we've always gotten fights that we want to see. Turki Alalshikh, every year in boxing, I get a fight that I want to see. So that's a bullshit statement. He's giving us the fights we want to see. Top Rank gives me fights I want to see. The PBC gives me fights that I want to see. Golden Boy gives me fights that I want to see. Every one of those promotional companies give me fights that I want to see. What makes Turki so special? What makes him so special? Because he's willing to waste a lot of money on a bunch of fights that I don't want to see? And there's a bunch of fights. My girl mom started at 45. Yeah, it's like 45 to 55. I think menopause lasts for years, bro. Man. F Turki, that midget MF, I'm sure he don't change his dirty ass robe. Like, look, bro, I don't believe Turki Alalshikh gave some fights that we want to see, a bunch of fights I didn't want to see. I didn't want to see any of the fights on the Canelo Alvarez Terrence Crawford undercard. There was not a single fight that people asked for on that entire undercard. Okay? He makes about the same amount of fights that I want to see as everybody else. The problem with Turki, from what I'm hearing, is that Turki is actively interfering with other people's fights because he's an egomaniac that likes to play Assassin's Creed. You know what I mean? He wants to be a little sneaky ass person creeping around trying to click people. You know what I mean? That's why I don't like Turki, because Turki full of shit, bro. Anybody that wants you to call him your excellency, get the fuck out of here. This is a boxing match. Get the fuck out of here. This is a boxing match, bro. I'm not gonna get the fuck out of here. It's a boxing match. I'm not gonna call you. I'm not gonna call you your excellency. I'm not gonna call you your highness. I'm not gonna hold your fucking hand. I don't want your money. Just get the fuck out the way, man. How about that? How about you just get your ass out the way, go back to Saudi Arabia and watch those guys and do what you do over there, bro. They got races over there. I've seen that you guys race. There's animal races over there. The ones with the humps. Jump your ass on one of them and go race somebody over there, bro. Y'all are probably the best racers, best four-legged non-horse racing people that there are. You know what I mean? Get people excited about those races that you guys hold out there, man. Now I'm serious. That's what the dude is. He got with Mohammed bin Salman because they used to play video games together, Assassin's Creed, right around the time that the 9/11 shit happened, bro, with a bunch of Saudi Arabians being. I didn't even like the joke he told. Like, seriously, bro, when he says that they got popular playing Assassin's Creed with Mohammed bin Salman when they were teenagers, you mean Assassin's Creed during the time that 9/11 happened and the World Trade Centers came down because people in the Saudi royal family were connected to? You mean shit like that? I mean, when you're playing Assassin's Creed, are you talking about the 2,000 people that died because of a plot that was more than likely hatched out of Saudi Arabia by your cousins? I find that very insulting. That you would sit your ass right there in the middle of New York City in Times Square in a blocked off event with male ring card boys, not allowed, not buying tickets for the public, just you showing how wealthy you are. No, get out of here, bro. I saw that shit. Fanon, you see the boxing disrespecting boo-boo. These content creators are getting out of hand. Bro, I don't know who the fuck dude thinks he is. Like, who do you fucking think you are, bro? Like, I heard that shit. Bro, who the fuck do you think you are? Dog, this is a professional boxer, bro. And you're talking about Jake. Man, I wish that this nigga actually had to fucking fight Jermall Charlo. Bro, this nigga is sitting up there smoking weed full fucking time on camera. Have enough nerve to call somebody else a drunk? Nigga, you stay high all day on that fucking show. I see you. You sitting there, you blow all day long, bro. Who are you to be making fun of Jermell when you sit there and blow all day long? Like, I was like, isn't this the nigga that blows all day long? And this nigga saying, I'm trying to fight Jermall Charlo, and you're like, fuck that. Fuck that. He's an addict. He's a professional. He's an undefeated professional fighter, bro. Anyway, they're all on the take. They're all on the take. Yeah, I saw that shit. Who the fuck do you think you are, man? Like, seriously, bro. That's why niggas get cop. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, for real. Like, I mean, Deem, I don't know if he's more successful or not successful. I know you ain't got no right to be fucking talking about Jermell Charlo like that. Jamal Charlo's never lost a professional fight. He's a fucking 2-weight division champion that's never lost a fucking fight. This nigga goes through some personal problems, and all of a sudden, you get to fucking act like Demetrius Andrade. It's not good enough of a fight? Who the fuck is Demetrius Andrade supposed to fight? He came off a loss to... Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, seriously, bro, you niggas is wild as fuck for the shit you should be saying. But y'all got all kind of attitude about me. You know what I mean? But y'all support that. Look, for real. They'll go to that nigga's channel. They'll go to that nigga's channel every day, all day. Boxing establishment, bro. I don't know if he's on that or not. I don't know. All I know is that's some fugazi ass shit, bro. Turkey is the direct descendant of Mohammed bin Abdul Wahid, who teamed up with the House of Saud to take over Saudi Arabia. Okay, there you go. But still, I don't give a shit. That nigga ain't doing nothing to me. I don't give a fuck. He could get together with whoever the fuck. He could get together with Putin, Xi. That nigga can get with Kim Jong-un. I don't give a fuck. The nigga ain't doing nothing to me. And I'll say that shit forever, bro. He ain't doing nothing for me. Like, he ain't doing nothing for me. He ain't doing nothing to me. And they can beat it. For real. Just fucking beat it. Johnny Little said Milwaukee, Wisconsin in the building. Shout out, man. Shout out to you. Johnny Little. Okay. Jermell is one of the most dangerous fighters today. Bro, I've listened to that dude say that Gervonta Davis don't fight nobody. He's never done anything in his career. Bro, you're on the take. Okay, that's why I didn't go to your show. Like, these niggas tried to set me up and invite me to go to that shit. I was like, man, I'm not going to that show. Fuck no, I'm not going on that show. I remember, seriously, man, I used to get approached. You know, they wanted me to go on the talk circuit, nigga. I'm not going to that channel. I'm not going to fucking Sean. I fucked with Sean Porter. I don't care about going to the Porter Way podcast. Jamal's still one of them. Is still one of them ones. I mean, he is, because Jamal can fight, bro. Man, what up, Noob? How you feeling, brother? He said, yo, Noob, salute. I'm serious, man. You niggas be thinking these dudes, man, I think they all fucking fronts. I think they're all fronts, especially the Asiatic ones, especially those Asiatic ones. The fact that you're calling them motherfuckers into the United States tells me how desperate you dudes are for money. There was a speech that was given back in the 1930s, and they were talking about how Great Britain was going to have a hard time because of the powers that they summoned from North. What do they call it? They called it the Asiatic. They called it Asiatic. East Asian, what do they call them? West Asia, from the seats of West Asia. I forget how he referred to it. But basically, he's telling you that those are the biggest scumbags on the fucking planet, is who they are. When you summon people and you're trying to do business with people from that fucking area, bro, they are slave owners. They are not democratic in any way, shape, form, or fashion. They don't have a bit of fucking democracy over there, bro. They have no fucking desire whatsoever to have freedom of individuals. No, not them. No, not them. They called it from the steppes of Asia. He called it from the steppes of Asia. The steppes of Asia. I'll see. From the steppes of Asia, which is the steeps of Asia. Yeah, I think they're referring to, anyway. They were talking about where they were founded. I think they're talking about that from the steppes of Asia. Basically they're talking about the. I think he was talking about. I thought he's talking about basically the people that established Zionism and pushing Zionism into Asia, Asiatic. Anyway, I'm great, Brody. Okay. Oh man, happy birthday to happy birthday to the Kaisers. Yeah, I don't know what he was referring to. That's the best feeling in the world, bro. Happy birthday to your little one. Yeah, man. The Kazakhs. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't know what he's referring to. Hold on. No, they're not referring to them. They were talking to more of like, they're referring more to Judaism. There's referring more to Judaism. Did you see Oscar De La Hoya saying, let me see. Did you see Oscar De La Hoya saying Canelo only fought 3 good fighters and he lost all 3? As his promoter, he protected Canelo, bro. Let me tell you something. Oscar De La Hoya is a wild ass boy, bro. He's a wild ass boy, bro. Oh, Aja said Kaiser, the beginning of Zion. Okay, thank you. That's what they're talking about. Woo! Yep. Yeah, that's what they're talking about. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I didn't know what they were talking about. I didn't know what he was talking about. Eastern European Kazakhs became Israel. Okay, thank you. Thank you. That's what I was talking about. Oscar claps back was wild. He had a clip of Dana slapping his wife in that nightclub, bro. That shit is hilarious, bro. Dana White. I mean, ain't that crazy how they do that for certain people? Isn't it amazing? The converts. Okay, thank you, bro. That they summoned the steps that they summoned. Okay, cool. Now you know what I'm talking about. Thank you, Phenomenal Noob. They converted to Judaism from that area, and then they became Zionists. Yeah, Oscar. But look, bro. Oscar De La Hoya is the fucking best. I don't care what anybody says. Oscar De La Hoya is the shit. I fucks with Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya came back from Oscar De La Hoya came back from just drama, bro. You know what I mean? Hold on, what am I doing here? Got to turn my thing on again. Okay, there you go. You've been researching? Yeah. I don't know enough about it. But basically, they were not only that, but they started capitalism. They were a big push behind like the sneaky shit called capitalism. Let me see what Ajay said again. Khazar, the beginning of Zionism. Okay, yeah, that's what he was talking about. That's what he was talking about. Thank you. I did not know what he was talking about. But basically saying that was the beginning of Zionism, but that was also the beginning of capitalism. And it was also the start of the two-party system. And they said when they were given the rights of citizenship in Germany, that was basically the madness that began and how they started. I said, looks like you got some research to do, Nope. Yeah, I mean, I do. At the same time, I already kind of, you know how it is when you already know who's guilty? Hey, look, phenomenal show. Do you know it's kind of like I already know the endings of the movie? I know what it is. It's the two-party system. The two-party system. Like, well, it's explained very well, bro. It's that goddamn it's liberalism, conservatism, and the two-party system, bro. And how the two-party system, oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I got it now. Phenomenal show. I got it now. Dog, that's why I'm telling you, bro. Phenomenal Nuke. They really don't like me, bro. Link for show. Oh, he said he knows the story, just can't remember the names. Exactly. Yeah. I know the story. I don't know the names. Here you go. Yeah, I know what happened now. I know what. See, that's what I'm really good with. Oh, I'm knowing. Oh, that's what's up. You know what I'm talking about? He knows the story, just can't remember the names. Oh, I'm knowing. Yeah, like I know what it is, bro. I know what it is, dog. Hey, for now, hey, what up, Phoenix? In the building, man. What up, Phoenix?
Yeah, what's good with it, man?
Man, I'm good, brother.
Oh yeah, that the two party system. It's like this one way they broke it down. They call it like first past the post. That's like the term that they use for the phrase. There's a video about that I seen like way back when I was in college, and that was probably broke it down the best. Like the way to explain it, like just paraphrasing basically is like, yeah, you got two main powers, and like even if a third one come in, like everybody's so ingrained with the other two that they don't feel like voting for a third party gonna change anything. Even though people might be thinking it, it's like, yeah, but not enough people is gonna do it, so I won't. And if I go ahead and do that, it's gonna be a waste. So I probably should just go ahead and vote for the lesser evil. It's basically
Yeah,
the
you
way they're
know,
looking at it.
the way that they explained it, like in a real large system, in a like a big system, is that basically you never get shit done because whenever because in a two-party system, one party's in power and the other party is the opposition. So their whole job is to block what each other do. And all they're doing is switching the position from the Republicans are now the majority. So now the Democrats, all they're trying to do is shut down everything that they do. But then once they shut them down, that puts the Republicans on top. I mean, the Democrats on top, and the Republicans become the opposition party, and they try to shut down everything the Democrats do. So basically, what you have is a way to grind down the interest of of people because they never make a fucking decision. It's always a constant battle between two parties, which is what you don't have in Saudi Arabia because you have a monarchy and the monarchy is always in power. So there's no significant opposition. And one of the benefits of them not having that opposition is that they're actually able to execute and get things done. So that's why Turki Alalshikh can come into the United States and look at how bad all of the buildings are and everything's torn down because the Democrats and the Republicans exactly they cancel each other out, and that's why our infrastructure projects can never get off the ground because the only thing that they both agree on is going to war with Israel. That's the only thing that both parties agree on is Israel. So that's what makes Israel be able to dominate the politics in both the Republican Party and the Democratic Party from overseas. And they do it blatantly, right? So that is how it gets ground down, ground down, ground down until you wind up having a situation like we have now where the gap between the ridiculously wealthy and everybody else is getting widened to the point where you're starting to see things like Charlie Kirk get popped, and you're going to start seeing a lot more of that shit too.
Yeah. The main reason I wanted to get up here was let's talk about Tank Davis, man. Because something I was thinking about is he's greater than we give him credit for. Because think about it. Now, recently, people been like, "Oh, well, Tank is just doing what he said he's going to do. He wants to get his bag and get out." So when you think about it, the fact that he wasn't trying to do better than his contemporaries and still did, like that's something that you have to go ahead and give credit for. He wasn't trying to do better than Devin or Shakur or Tiafimo and all them, but he still ended up doing so. Beating more current or future world champions, beating more people in the top 10 in his weight class, beating more undefeated fighters than they did. So for me, it's just like, dang, these guys had to go ahead and do every type of Twitter post and call out and talk about chasing greatness and still wasn't able to do it. And then, like, looking at their resumes, like, you can't even name a handful of fighters that they've all fought that could even beat Rolly Romero. And that's one of the things for me where it's just like, damn, y'all, like, for Devin's resume, you could say maybe Lomachenko and maybe Gamboa before he got old might have stood a chance against Rolly Romero. But, like, even then, it's not even 100% certain. And then you look at the people Shakur's fighting, it's the same thing. And also the same thing for Tiafimo. Like all the best people on their resumes, and that's the thing because a lot of people are saying that Rolly is just trash, but he's not. So for me, it's just like, man, everybody been down on Rolly. Everyone been calling him a trash, saying he a bum and all this and that he don't know anything about what he doing in the ring. He just got that dumb power. But then they can't name me who they know for sure that any of these other guys Tank is compared to a fault that they say 100% can go in and get Rolly Romero up out of there. And ain't that crazy to think about that Tank did that without trying? World champion in 3 weight classes and the face of boxing. That's not even what he was trying to do. That was just like an afterthought. So he just went in there, did his thing, and it happened. Meanwhile, these other guys are killing themselves, doing all these tours on YouTube channels, trying to get on all these interviews, trying to have the Ring magazine put them in the rankings, tweeting at 100 miles an hour, 52 times a minute. Like, it's crazy, man. Crazy. I want to know your thoughts on that.
Or can you ask it a specific a little quicker so I know?
Okay, breaking it down. How crazy do you think it is that Tank was able to accomplish as much as he did without trying?
Oh, I think that, man, it's just meant to be for some people. It's meant to be for some people. Like some people just and the stars align for you, bro. That dude did my personal belief is that I think Tank is blessed. Tank is somebody that was in a really fucked up situation, and everybody in the city knew it, and they all got behind him. And because this whole city got behind him, he was able to be a star out of the gate. And they just discovered him and was like, oh man, the dude already has like Baltimore behind him. Those guys don't have their cities behind him, their cities behind them like Gervonta Davis had behind him. So he doesn't have to do all of that shit. He doesn't have to because he's just a popular guy in his city, and he could build from there. Shakur, I think, tried to, Shakur went with a promoter that didn't know what he was doing, admittedly didn't know what he was doing, and I'm talking about Bob Arum, because Bob Arum said, the reason I have a problem promoting is that I'm just too old. I don't know how to relate to these people. I don't know how to sell them. So those guys went with somebody. Shakur went with somebody. Teofimo Lopez went to somebody, and Devin Haney all went to people that didn't know how to build them, and they didn't get built. Gervonta went to somebody that knows how to build somebody that is on that level, and he got built. They're not being on this level is number one, just God didn't intend it for them to have it. Otherwise, because Shakur could be in great shape if Shakur was knocking everybody out. You know what I mean? Was like, boom, he's there going to sleep and twitching and shit. But that's just not what he can do. He's got to be the slick style fighter, and he's going to have to he's just going to be in the position of being a foil for Gervonta. And that can be very, very lucrative, just like how it was lucrative for Terrence Crawford to be a foil for Errol, and it was lucrative for Terrence Crawford to be a foil for Canelo Alvarez because he was able to successfully do it. These guys are basically and I hate to use this phrase, they're in a circle jerk with each other. A bunch of guys, none of these guys are tremendous draws, and they're all bouncing and forth, talking with each other, and they're annoying more people than anything else. Like, seriously, bro. Like, I like Shakur Stevenson a lot, but the more he talks, I don't listen. But I know the more he talks, the more people rip at him for contradictions. Gervonta goes 6-7 months without saying a word. So there's only so many contradictions he's going to throw out there. We can look at all of those guys, those media-made guys that all called themselves kings way before they were kings. They like Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia, who else was it? Devin Haney. Shakur, Devin, Teofimo, and Tank. Not Shakur. Shakur wasn't in there.
It was Ryan after Ryan got moved out.
Yeah, it was Ryan, Gervonta, T.O., and Devin. They were supposed to be kings. You had Devin Haney running around after Gervonta Davis after he won the fight against Regis Prograis, calling himself the face of boxing and saying it's the Devin Haney era. Bro, that shit is irritating to your core fan base, and I guarantee you Devin Haney's lost most of his core fan base, if he had some at all. That's my take. What's your take on that, Dean?
Hey, for nine, I'm glad Phoenix brought it up because I did a show yesterday, and I hope everybody doing good. David and Phoenix was up there, so they know what I'm about to bring up. We proved it yesterday. Everything is the Tank rules. I had people come on my show and tell me Tank bring people up, and then I asked them, "Oh, so when Regis brought Devin up, was Devin a nobody?" And then I waited and just waited to see their answers for nine. And then I just pulled out a rabbit out of the hat. I said, "Well, was Canelo bringing up Bud and fighting a nobody when he was coming up 3 weight divisions?" So what I come to find out, Phenom, my biggest problem with these guys, I like Shakur Stevenson as well. Shakur, you don't get to go on a media tour and go on Club Shay Shay and Gil's Arena and say little buddy, but that's the person they ask you about. But then in the next sentence, you say how special of a fighter he is. See, that's what my problem be with these guys. Whether you like Tank or not, at least show them the respect, because people are only interested. You're about to fight. Every time you about to fight somebody, they don't even ask you about the guy you're about to fight. They ask you about Gervonta Davis. The whole interview, they are put in the descriptions. Shakur Stevenson interview, dash, asked about Gervonta Davis. I just need somebody to do research for me. Go to one of Shakur Stevenson interviews in the last year and tell me one that don't got Gervonta Davis' name in the title. You should be thanking that man, for real. If we being honest, whether y'all like Gervonta or not, he's giving you the opportunity. The opportunity is him. You don't even appreciate that part. And that's the part that I respect about Bud. He didn't do that to Canelo. Whether he thought he could beat Canelo, he was better than Canelo cherry picking, whatever. Bud showed that respect. You know why? Because Bud knew he can't get this type of legacy, these type of eyes, this type of money without Canelo. Bud was on Club Shay Shay and Shannon asked him, "Why you don't like Gervonta?" He couldn't even get a real answer because Bud know hardcore fans, we would call him out if he lied on the show like that. It all started because him and Shakur fell out, and then you started butting in because Shakur, your little homie, and that's how you and Gervonta Davis fell out. But you won't be able to tell everybody that. Prior to that, Bud, you was a Gervonta Davis fan too, and I got the videos to prove it. See, that's the problem that I have with these guys. All of y'all liked this guy at one point in time. Y'all went out against the grain to try to get clicks and views, and then Gervonta took it personal. Now, Fanon, do Gervonta take stuff a little too far or a little too personal? In my opinion,
Hell yes.
But I don't get to tell Gervonta how to feel, though. You understand? If y'all got a relationship with him, I'm pretty sure Shakur and Bud know Gervonta better than all of us up here. Y'all should kind of know how he going to respond to certain things. You can't be in a man locker room, hugging up with him, smiling ear to ear, and then next week say, he's scared. He know he'll never fight me. He don't really fight nobody. He know he'll never fight me. You can't do things like that. So what I've come to find out, and I'm going to land my plane here, what I've come to find out, Fanon, is that things the Tank rules. Everybody, every one of y'all that talk crazy about Tank, I need you to answer this question for me. If Tank don't fight nobody and he ain't doing nothing and fighting, then why do everybody want to fight the people he's fought? Why did Shakur want to fight Pitbull, Frank Martin, Ryan Garcia, Lamont Roach, just to name a few? Why did Devin Haney want to fight Ryan Garcia, Mario Barrios, and a few more? You see what Lamont Roach is doing right now. He's trying to fight Pitbull Cruz. Nobody says nothing. But Gervonta don't fight nobody. But it seems like Devin's second best fight is a guy that Gervonta Davis fought. If Frank Martin would have fought Shakur Stevenson, that would have been one of his better wins, number 1 or number 2 in his career. That be my problem with these guys. You can't downplay somebody, but then meanwhile, everybody asks you about this person. At least have enough respect or enough to know that he's the bag, that he's the opportunity. You don't get to call him little buddy and then say how special of a fighter he is in the same sentence. That don't go together. So that be my problem. I just be wanting y'all to be consistent. You're going to criticize Gervonta. But what that got to do with Shakur not fighting the rest of these guys? Has Shakur fought any of the four kings or the people y'all want Gervonta to fight? Last time I checked, Fanani hasn't. Last time I checked, Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis are only a year and some change apart. It ain't this big gap in age. They got the same 24 hours in a day. And Floyd co-signed Shakur Stevenson too. Bud Crawford, Andre Ward. So there's no reason why he can't be a superstar either. I just want everybody to understand that, y'all. If somebody is constantly asking you about somebody else, you don't get to downplay that person. Meanwhile, building everything up off of that person. I want to say this last part. For all you people that tell me Boots don't bring nothing to the table for Bud, well, why every nationally syndicated program from Club Shay Shay, they was talking about Boots and Bud last night, Fanon, from Club Shay Shay to Breakfast Club to the press conference right after the fight was over, why they keep asking him about Boots? They tell us what the biggest fights are. Y'all just y'all just refuse to believe it. We know what's Bud's next biggest fight is. We know what Tank's next biggest fight is. We ain't gotta act stupid to try to downplay people. That's like me being a Tank fan saying Shakur and Tank is not Tank's biggest fight right now. I would be lying. I'll land my plane there for now.
Yes, sir. David Lynch, what's on your mind, man?
Hey, what's going on, brothers? What's up? Phenom, what's going on,
Good, brother.
Phoenix?
What's up with you, man?
Same old. What's up, Dean, my man? Hey, I just want to say it like this. Tank basically told you everything you want to know about Shakur Stevenson without mentioning his name, which is where he stole this little tactic from. But he stole the nickname of calling Tank Buddy from, of course, Lamont Rats and Roaches. You know what I mean? He said, who is that guy that go around calling out everybody and don't fight nobody? Shakur Stevenson. He called out everybody in the world and talked shit about everybody in the world at one point and called them out for Frank Martin, Ryan Garcia, and etc. And didn't fight none of them. Didn't fight nobody. He up here fighting Padley, you know what I mean? And talking like it was the greatest performance ever. No, it wasn't. He got hit more times than Padley than he was supposed to. And he this great defensive fighter. Nah, I give it to him. He participated. He did what he had to do. He jumped 3 steps back whenever the guy threw a punch at him. You know what I mean? And he kept him off. And then he did that bullshit shoulder roll he tried to do while he tried to go into his fucked up version of the Philly show. That's not impressive. He haven't had not one impressive fight since he been at 135. And think that he garners the type of money because Turkey rained it on him like Tank, or to be able to say that he should take away some of the accolades of being the A side from Tank in negotiations. Yeah, he think that way. Because in fact, he just being his big brother's little brother. Fake little brother. Well, I don't know. These cats, yo, they be calling each other their brothers and whatnot, and I don't understand it at all because they ain't blood. He goes in doing the same exact tactics as Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford did all of the same things that Shakur is doing right now to this moment that Bud did to Earl to get the fight, and that he did to Canelo to get the fight. You know what I mean? And trying to use Turki Alalshikh the same way as a broker, the broker to fight. In which when a Turki Alalshikh, and we all know it, his peeves is there's no ASAT, everybody equal. If you think like that, Turkey, then why do your government or regime or whatever still have slaves throughout the Arab world? Seriously. People gotta start realizing it's a dictator over there. And these cats that go along, these B-side bitches that go along with that, because that's what they are, B-side boxers. That's all they are. And they can't garner any money. They can't draw. They can't stake a foothold in America at all when it comes to sales. All those people in that stadium last week to see that fight, they weren't there for Bud. They was there for Canelo. All you heard all night was Mexican music. That's who the demographic that came out for that fight. They support Canelo in the States like Filipino people support Manny Pacquiao. When Pac-Man have a fight in Vegas, they show up and show out. That's a boost to the whole economy of the whole city. The same way when Tank go ahead, wherever he set foot in the whole country to host a fight, he the main headliner and everybody come out for him. That town becomes a party town for a week or even the weekend. And everybody make money. So it's already known. We already know who the face of boxing. And the fact that Ring Magazine doesn't even have him in the top 10, and they supposed to be objective. Yeah, all right, Mike Carpenter. We know why you working over there. Same way with Max Kellerman. They all bend the knee, and I mean bend the knee. The turkey. I'm gonna go ahead and just
Yes,
settle
sir.
down right there. It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
ridiculous, man.
So he ain't lying. He ain't lying. 'Cause them B-side guys, we call them B-sides because more money can be made with somebody else besides them. That's why they B-sides. The other thing
True
is,
that.
the other thing is
True
what Dean
that.
was saying about Shakur. He ain't lying. Like the way Shakur was in Tank's locker room smiling after that Rolly Romero fight. It's funny because Shakur was on interview just a few months ago saying the whole beef between him and Tank started after his ninth fight. Whoever he fought in his ninth fight where he got a knockout, he said that's what caused the beef between him and Tank because Tank said that he was celebrating too much for knocking out a nobody. And essentially Tank said like, yeah, man, you're not really a power puncher, so they put this dude up in there to get you a stoppage so they could try to build you a little bit. But don't be getting too happy because I seen Shakur's tweets after that. He would talk about how basically he a killer because he knocked that dude out. So you telling me that from your ninth fight, however many years ago, now you done had beef with Tank, but then after the Rolly Romero fight, you over there smiling, taking pictures with him backstage and everything. Like, which one is it, man? So that's the thing about Shakur that probably don't piss Tank off because the dude be flip flopping. Like, yeah, you want to take pictures with him, but at the same time, you supposedly have beef for like 5 years that ain't been squashed. And then now you're bringing up that supposed beef again, talk about that's the reason why y'all is at odds with each other. Like, come on, Shakur, come on. You ain't gotta try to fabricate fake beef over there. Like, what is this? Impossible meat that you're using for beef? Like, come on. So crazy. But man, I'd be happy. I'd be happy when all this turkey stuff finally ends. Like whenever because they switching to that new no pay-per-view model with the Benavidez and Yard fight, and then after that, he's gonna go ahead and see whether or not these people still talking about they getting the biggest paydays ever. You know, after that ends, and then people got to start pulling their weight, and when they got to start eating what they kill, and we're gonna find out who's the hunters, and who's the people looking for the table scraps, because that's what it's gonna come down to. I don't know. I don't know, but the sooner it happens, the better,
Hey,
and it's
Fanon,
even better if it crash and burn.
I wanted to say
yes.
something to you, Fanon, because you've been right for a long time. So I was on KO channel last night. We was over there talking about Bud Crawford and things. And I gave Bud his credit. Everybody who's been following me know I always gave Bud Crawford. I don't see how you can watch Bud Crawford and don't think he a great fighter. I think you hating if you watch Bud Crawford and don't be like, oh, that guy's amazing. He's a great fighter. He can fight. You know what I'm saying? But what you be talking about is these motherfuckers is so pussy and bitch made that you can't even give a guy his credit without them they be mad that you giving them his credit. Nah, y'all ain't believing Bud. Do you want us to give a man his credit or not? You gotta pick one. Because if I go over there and say, yeah, he beat old ass fucking Canelo. His resume was trash prior to that. EJ hasn't fought in 2 years. Victor Postol is. If I go and do that for now I'm hating. You gotta pick one, man. They want us to say that Bud Crawford's the greatest of all time. He is not. I had people tell me last night, Bud Crawford better than Ray Leonard. No, he's not. I put him above Manny. Wherever you got Manny, Oscar, Andre Ward, this is just my opinion. Y'all might feel differently. But wherever y'all got those fighters, what'd you say?
Go ahead, I'm sorry. No, that's my bad. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, wherever you got those fighters, I put Bud right above them. You got your Mount Rushmore of fighters. Bud is on that second tier where we can have a real argument about Bud, the Wards, Usyks, people like that, George Foreman, people like that, okay? But for me to put him up there with the Robinsons and the Ali's and Sugar Ray Leonard and Floyd, they was trying to say he better than Floyd. How can I say somebody better than somebody when they both accomplished a lot in the sport around the same weight divisions, fought the same guy? Bud biggest win is Canelo, who Floyd fought 10 years ago when he was 34, 35 years old. And then people would say Canelo was young. Canelo had 40 fights by the time he fought Floyd Mayweather. Do y'all understand that? He had like 40 fights already. More than the boxers we like. That's twice as many fights. That's Alexander Usyk and Lomachenko career put together, Fanon. Just to put that in perspective of how many fights Canelo had prior to fighting Floyd Mayweather. So it wasn't like he was this novice in boxing by this point. If y'all want us to give people credit, that's the same thing we say to y'all about Gervonta Davis. Why you can't just give him in credit? You ain't got to like Tank. But you got to at least acknowledge that. Everybody do be wanting to fight everybody. Tank fight after Tank fight him after saying he don't fight nobody. Like we making that up or something, Fanon. Don't tell me, and Fanon, I want to get you your opinion on this. Because,
okay.
Frequent Flyer was up there. Shout out to Frequent. And he was talking about, well, Bud, I broke down Bud Crawford's resume by the time he's 30. Fanon, you might want to go do that. Go look at his box rec. Go look at all of his fights by the time he was Gervonta Davis' age. You probably won't be surprised, but it's not that good, okay, for them to be talking anything about Gervonta Davis and who he fight. But my question to you, Fanon, is, can you explain to the people that accomplishments in boxing aren't one way? It's not just about how many belts you got and things like that. Accomplishments in boxing are more than that. The eyes you bring to the sport, the money you make in the sport, who you beat, when you beat them, all of that stuff matters in boxing. It's not just one way. So I just wanted your opinion on that, Fanon, because for people to seem to think it's only one way, then why is Mike Tyson as popular as he is then, if that's the case? I'll land right there,
that shit is not, it's obviously, well, first of all, let me comment on two things. First thing was Bud being considered and where he's going to be considered all time. That's going to depend on how many fans he has, just to be honest with you. Because the reason that these particular people, you still know Sugar Ray Robinson and you heard all these stories about Sugar Ray Robinson, is because Sugar Ray Robinson had a lot of fans. He was universally recognized as the best fighter in the world. So he had a lot of black fans because he was getting played on the radio. He was a big deal after Joe Louis and before Ali. So you can't just look at, you got to remember that Sugar Ray Robinson was a very popular fighter. Bud's not a very popular fighter. He doesn't have the same fan base that Sugar Ray Robinson had. He doesn't have the fan base that Mike Tyson has. He doesn't have the fan base that Gervonta has. Doesn't have the fan base that Floyd has. Doesn't have the fan base that Sugar Ray Leonard has. Most of the people that go down over time as being all-time greats are people that had big fan bases. That's why Manny Pacquiao is going to be is being considered that. Not just with the accolades and the people that they fought, but what was the impression of the boxing world about that person? When they want to give us statistics to look at, you're trying to define success for me. If you try to tell me what success is for me, we're going to be wrong, because I can look at a boxer and never pay attention to any belts that he had and only look at the fact that I loved how he fought. So therefore, to me, he's the greatest fighter ever. What they try to do is they try to implement these statistics. And by them defining the statistics, they get to define what success is. So they say undisputed is most important. Well, then I got to go with the person that's most undisputed. But what if I don't give a fuck about undisputed? Most boxing fans don't give a shit about undisputed. Don't. Most boxing fans don't care whether or not you use a swivel jab or you use a regular straight jab. Most boxing fans don't give a shit if you're in the Philly shell or your hand or you got earmuffs on. They are just looking at the fight and the fighter, and either they're going to get behind the fighter and enjoy the fight or they're not. What we like to do, and I hate to tell you this, we like to involve ourselves in a lot of mental masturbation. That's what most of these people are doing. They're just sitting there talking about statistics and numbers and all that shit to impress themselves with the information that they know. Like, who's Bud Crawford is the first. I literally have forced them people to stop saying Bud was the only person to hold 3 undisputed titles. Because I was like, no, that shit is fucking Henry Armstrong. They don't know it. So they put it up like it's this accolade nobody did before. But that's bullshit. And it's also bullshit because, bro, no way did Bud do what this guy did, because there was no weight classes in between. He was at 130, he was at 126, 130, 135, 140, and 147 all at the same time. And he defended those titles. Bud has never defended this title, by the way. Bud didn't, when they first got undisputed with 4 belts was no big deal. They treated it like it was nothing because it was Bud. It only got cachet once that media hype job Devin Haney got behind it and Canelo got behind it. They started selling Canelo. Oh, Canelo was undisputed. They didn't give a shit about Alexander Usyk being undisputed at cruiserweight. They didn't give a shit about Jermaine Taylor being undisputed at middleweight with 4 belts, or Bernard Hopkins having 4 belts. They only cared about the WBO belt that came along once Oscar de la Hoya got his hands on it. Then, oh, we care about this champion. No, the answer the shit starts and ends with this. Do you like that fighter? For whatever reason. They don't like Tank for several reasons. Number one, Tank's not with them. Tank is with the competition. So, of course, you're going to try to tear and rip down the competition. Listen to what that dude Ness, and I don't have any beef with him, but I listened to him say 2 things. One, he jumped up and down screaming about how you guys like this fucking guy, Gervonta, that don't ever fight no fucking body. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? He don't fucking fight nobody. Huh? Anyway, then he moves on to fucking Jamel's a fucking addict, and he's this. No, bro, you don't like these people. Okay, you don't like these people. The people that pay you don't like these people. And you guys think that you can, by paying enough people to say stuff, that you're going to be able to change the mind of everybody else. That shit's not going to work because everybody can see through it. People want what they want. You guys got this Turki Alalshikh shit coming in here and are literally trying to name some fat nigga in a turban to be the face of boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's how fucking crazy it is, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's who they want to be the face of boxing. That's the person they got behind. Like, of all the people,
he is built like a dyke. He built like every dyke in Chicago. He one of them dykes that GD and BD. He built just like that,
I've seen a whole lot of butchers that look like Turkey.
Man, I'm just telling you, ain't that crazy? That's who they want to be the face of boxing, bro. They're literally walking around holding hands with this dude, like doing all kind of circumstances around this guy. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Now you seen Bud crying in his arms after he won.
Oh, man.
Hey, bro. Oh. Did you see the look on his face?
Yes. Like, you fucked up my plans, Bud.
Like, I did it, baby. I did it.
Hold on.
What'd you say for that?
Did you see the look on Turkey's face?
Yes, he was looking while he was tapping his back like, you fucked up my plans, Negro. You fucked up my plans.
That's what he looked like. He looked like, fuck, no.
Okay, it was funny though, like, because Ring Magazine just put out this flashback video, and it's crazy because like it was Bud and one of his homies on one of them slingshot rides. Y'all see that? So like, it's the
Oh,
one where they shoot you up. Yeah. So it's like, hey, you ain't want to hold the homie's hand to help comfort him. You gonna hold this random turkey dude's hand out there in front of everyone to hold up. You can't help the homie, but you gonna hold hands with a stranger? Like, come on, yeah,
I ain't
you
gonna
done
hold
came a
you,
long
Phoenix.
way.
Hey, Phoenix, I wasn't mad at Bud for that because if my homie next to me and start doing that, you can't never be in the dark alley with me, okay? I'm gonna make fun of you too. I ain't gonna lie.
No lie, no lie.
You
Man,
passed out,
I'll say
Negro?
this
You
for
that scared?
I'll say this, Rob. Like this whole accomplishments thing. The problem with it is people want to look at the quantity of the accomplishments, but not the quality. That's the issue. They
I
think the
agree.
number of accomplishments you have is what makes it like, yeah, you could be world champion, but who'd you beat? Talking about, Tank never beat a champion at 135. The only reason they saying that is because Devin fought Kambosos. But like, who's
Cambosos.
George Kambosos compared to anybody else Tank fought at
So
135?
Phoenix,
And the
and y'all,
same thing.
so y'all think all of this stuff we've been going through is all George Kambosos' fault? I figured it out, Fanon. When George Kambosos lost that damn fight, that's what started all of this, Fanon. George Kambosos, you ruined boxing. You created Bill Haney. See, Fanon, I've been saying it's been Bill Haney, Fanon. I've been saying it's all Bill's fault. No. You want to know when Bill got created? When George Kambosos got his ass whooped twice. George
Hey, man,
Kambosos, this is your fault.
would I be fucked up if I said it shouldn't have been? It should have been Bill and not what's that dude's name? Kirk.
God damn.
Would I be fucked up if I wish that shit had been Bill and let that nigga live?
I mean,
Like,
for now,
Oh
Man,
man.
I mean,
gave
they
you
both
meaning to
don't like
talking
they
out the
black
side of your
brothers.
neck.
They both don't like they black brothers, and they both like white women. So I'm not sure. You might not be wrong. All right.
Mm.
man, I can't fucking stand Bill Haney, bro.
Ooh.
Nah, but the thing is, hey, Fanon, Bill would have survived because y'all seen Tony Montana at the end of that movie. Y'all
He
seen
would have been
Tony
51 and 0. He would have been 51 and 0.
Boy, all
Oh
Bill would have needed
man.
is a mountain. All he would have needed is a Quaalude and an 8-ball. He would have survived.
Man.
Hey, that nigga would have stuck. Hey, so he would have taken that goddamn. He would have taken his 8-ball out that sock and stuck it in a hole in his neck.
You hear me? Fanon
Stop talking out the side of your neck.
Fanon sent him. I'm gonna come get you, Fanon. I'm gonna get you. Hey, y'all, I appreciate y'all. I'm about to get my day started. I just want to tell y'all, brothers, man, I appreciate all the support y'all show. Fanon, everything you've been saying starting to come around. Because as Sean Zattel asks, you see what he did to Dana. I need y'all to get my guy Fanon his credit because Fanon was talking about that first. Oops, did I say that? Y'all said Fanon was crazy when he was talking about it. He was hating. And then give Zen Zattel all of the credit that Fanon been going live for a whole damn year talking about. Where you think Zen got it from? I guarantee he watches this channel. I'll holler at y'all. Hey, Zen, next time you go to a press conference and you ask questions, you might want to say where you got that from. The next time y'all like talking about snack, you might want to say where you got that from. See, it's this thing called integrity as men. Information integrity as well. They teach you that in school. You don't plagiarize. State your source. Where did you get that information from? That's all. Y'all told Fanon he was crazy about the Ali Act, and then now you think that it was such a big thing that Dana White was up there about to slap Zen Zattel like he did his wife. Y'all be good, okay?
For sure, bro.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah, he ain't lying.
I'm about to roll up.
All right, y'all take it easy.
All right, for
All
sure.
right, take it easy,
All right,
King.
Dave. Hey, that was
All
good. Hey,
right,
hope
King.
y'all come back. Hey, try to come back tomorrow morning, man. If y'all want to, we have a good, relaxed conversation again. I enjoyed that,
All
man.
right,
All right, for
no
sure.
problem.
For sure. Peace.
One love.
All right. Yeah, for sure. Get back with your dad. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. OG Circle Gang said, great show. Thank you, bro. Thanks to everybody for coming out and chopping it up with me, man. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Hopefully, y'all can get up and have a really good conversation tomorrow. Sorry for taking that shot at Bill Haney, though. Anyway, I'm out. Deuces. Oh,